Attorney Darcel Clark. Please welcome him with a round of applause.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mujumder. He's become a great friend. You know, we met each other just throughout my time as DA, and we become very close. He's close with my office. When I had a clergy breakfast, at a community breakfast, I made sure that he was invited. When we had the Peace March, after there was a triple homicide right here in the Castle Hill section, he was there for me. So it's important for me to be able to do the work that I do when I have good community partners. And you can't ask for a better community partner than Mr. Mujumder. So thank you very much. Thank you to Iman and Sheikh Musa. Of course, he's right. We crossed each other's paths all along. When I got elected district attorney, I had to have a transition team. And who better to have on that team than the Sheikh Musa. So thank you again for all that you do for this community as well. It's wonderful to meet you, Mr. Justice. As I tell my story, you'll see that we have some things in common because I spent some time on the bench as well. And to all the young people gathered here today, let me tell you something. You inspire me. When I see these young, beautiful faces here, and knowing that you're accomplishing so much through education, and I have a job to make the community safe so that you can thrive, this makes me and reminds me of why I do what I do. It's for the sake of young people like you. Everybody thinks that, oh, young people should have mentors, right? And it's a good thing. But you know what? You mentor me. You inspire somebody like me. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm really jealous of you. This one with the Bronx Science, Stuyvesant, Brooklyn, I took those exams to try to get in those schools. I didn't get in. I didn't get in, you know. And I was always like a smart kid, you know, in school. I grew up right in this area. I grew up in Soundview houses in the projects. So I grew up in public housing, did not have a lot of money. Both of my parents had high school diplomas, that's it. I was the first in my family to go to college. And that might be the same thing that some of you are going through. So it was important for me to do well. You know, I grew up in the community. I went to New York City Public School. And like I said, I didn't get into Bronx Science. And I tried to go there. I didn't even like science, but it was like everybody was, you know, all the smart kids went there, so I wanted to go. But I didn't make the grade. But I didn't let that stop me. And that's what's important, is that you guys have achieved so much just where you are now. Some people will just be happy doing that. But no, you're not. You're going on to Harvard and NYU and Columbia. That's exactly what you do. I'm putting all my faith in you, because you are going to be the future of your community. You're going to be the future of this state. You're going to be the future of this nation. And knowing that you have a, thank you. That's right, give yourself a hand. That's right, because you are going to be the foundation that we can look to you to bring the best for our future. You know, some of us are here, we stand on the shoulders of other people as well, but now you can take the lead from us and go even further than we ever dreamed. You're able to do it, and the way you have to do it is not only through your education, but something even more simple. You have to support each other, okay? A lot of times, there's so much competition and everybody's trying to edge their way to be better than somebody else. Support each other. You come from the same community. You come from the same type of families. Be proud of that. When one of you gets good grades or accomplishes something, that means you all accomplished something. We all accomplished something as a community. So that's why I'm so inspired by you. But I went on to school, even though I didn't get into those specialized high school. I went on and graduated, and I went to Boston College, and that's a good college. It's not Harvard. It's in Massachusetts, though, but we compete with Harvard, you know. And I got my political science degree because I knew that one day I wanted to be a lawyer. And, you know, I studied at BC, and I studied really hard. And then from there, I went to Howard University School of Law, which is known as the Black Harvard, okay, because it's a historically black college. And it has a reputation of training some of the greatest black lawyers in this country. So that's the kind of legacy that I wanted for myself. So I went to Howard Law, and then when I graduated law school, I could have gone anywhere to start my legal career, but I wanted to come back to my community to give back, because it was the community that made me the person that I had become through my education. And I started my first legal job in the Bronx DA's office, the same office that I'm in charge of now. So my life has come full circle, but it all has been for the Bronx. And I'm really proud of where I come from and what I can be able to do. So I spent 13 years in the district attorney's office. And as you know, the district attorney is a chief law enforcement officer, or I am the prosecutor. So I'm the one that's in charge of helping to keep the streets safe along with NYPD. And it's my job to charge people for crimes when they commit them and to get them, to hold them accountable for the harm that they bring to the community. That's what the prosecutor does. And you know, when I started as an assistant DA, New York City was rampant with crimes and rampant with drugs, and we've come a long way now. The city is a lot safer than it was then, right? When you said that you came here, right? It's a lot safer now. So when I started, it was like, nail them and jail them. That was the idea. The police bring them in, we as prosecutors charge them, bring them to trial, they get convicted, put them in jail, and that's it. But we don't do things like that anymore, because people enter the criminal justice system for so many different reasons. Some people have mental health issues that bring them in. They commit crimes because they haven't had treatment. Some people have drug problems and they need treatment. Some people don't have jobs. A lot of them are not as highly educated as you. So these are the societal problems that bring people into the criminal justice system, and then I have to deal with them. So justice now, and I said my mission is pursuing justice with integrity. That means doing the right thing even when nobody's looking at you. You do the right thing for everybody, including the people that are accused, as well as your victims. So when I look at a case and I have to prosecute a case, I want to look at what is the underlying reason, like how did this person get here and why? And if it's because of poverty or lack of education, homelessness, whatever, we try to get to the root of those problems, solve those problems so that they don't have to come through the system again. And I continue to do that work. I've done it for the last 4 years, and I hope, again, to be reelected in November, but that's a different story. But the bottom line is this: you gotta believe in your community. And that's what I believe in the community. So I come to gatherings like these all the time because you mean a lot to me. Your problems are my problems, and your solutions are our solutions. So we have to continue to be in contact with each other and support each other so that we be able to do this work. Now, not only did I act as an assistant district attorney before I became DA, but for 16 years I also was a judge.
Yes.
So I started as a criminal court judge, and I did the misdemeanor cases. So people like arrested for shoplifting and small fights and small amounts of drugs, those were the cases that I was in charge of, drunk driving, things like that. Then I got elected to the Supreme Court. And in New York, the Supreme Court is our trial level court, right? So I did Supreme Court work also in criminal, and I spent a number of years doing that after being elected. And then I became an appellate judge in the appellate division, first department, and that's the appeals court. So that's the court where after the trial, if somebody doesn't think that the verdict was correct, they could appeal to a higher court. So I sat on that higher court. So for 16 years, I was also a judge. So when I came to do this work now as a district attorney, I had a lot of experience in this area because I prosecuted before, then I sat as a judge who was impartial and had to see all of the work on both sides, and then I became DA. But another thing that helped me with the job is the fact that I'm married to an NYPD detective. My husband has been on the job for 37 years and he's still doing it. So when you see Law and Order on TV, I got the real thing in my house. I don't have to watch TV. So together with the support of my husband and the work that I've done, this is why I've been able to really, I think, be successful in the work that I do. But I can't do it. I got to tell you, there's no way a DA can be successful, a 21st century prosecutor can be successful without the help of the community. So we need to invest in you. I love you all. I love all your faith. I want to take pictures with you all because I'm going to read about you, like the Sheikh said. 20 years later, you guys are going to be running this world. I need somebody to take care of me, okay? So you continue to do what you do. Don't get discouraged. You know, support each other. Lean on your faith all the time, because that is something that will get you through so many things. And in the end, you will be successful in anything that you want to do. So thank you for inviting me. This is a wonderful gathering. I'm excited about you all. Again, you inspire me, and just keep up the good work. Congratulations. Thank you.